All right, mi gente. So I am here today. DJ couldn't make it. And he was like, I can't make it. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not canceling. I'm not rescheduling because I love these people. It has been 5 years since you have last been on the show.
Really? Has it been that long?
It has been that long. Wow, I am here with insane. Gigi and David from Domino Saints. And I know it because it was like right before COVID.
That's insane. How time has gone.
It was right before, wasn't it?
It was like right before COVID. You guys had just done a show in Bayfront Park.
Oh, for the Super Bowl.
For the Super Bowl.
No, so it's actually 2020.
Right.
It was February 2020.
Right
it was February 2020.
God.
Yeah. And then and the reason we all, number one, we remember because you were one of the last guests before the world shut down that we had in person. But also I remember Darian and I after that, meeting you guys, just being like, they're so awesome. They're so great. They're so talented. We love them. And then the pandemic came and we were like, oh, fuck. And they had momentum going.
I know.
Like the world shut down and they deserve all this success that they can get, I know. But you didn't let a little thing like the pandemic stop you at all.
No, I have to say.
It did feel that way for a second.
It did feel. I remember when February 2020 came, we were gonna do the Super Bowl show, and then we were launching our first album ever of the entire lives. Y nosotros, 2020 is gonna be the best year of our life. Woo! It's looking good. Esto fue como que marzo vino, and it was like, oh my God. Okay, maybe it's not in our stars. I don't know.
Y al principio nadie sabía que estaba pasando. No. So you guys were probably even like, bueno, esto va a ser 3 semanitas ahí, más o menos.
Remember everyone was doing DJ sets like crazy?
Yes.
Instagram Live. It was like 700 DJ sets a day.
It was just insane. Y también sí pensábamos que era corto, pero también la incertidumbre, they were like, what's going to happen with our lives? Like, we live off of this.
Yeah.
Before the pandemic, our major income was like playing live.
Touring, yeah.
And touring. So it's like, how in the world are we going to live? How are we going to survive,
Sí, no.
El estrés, el drama y todo, and artists are very dramatic. We're very dramatic. So we're like, maybe this is not for us. Se acabó nuestra carrera. Olvídate. Me voy a ir a trabajar a McDonald's. No sé. Literal. No, for real. And then, funny how things are, right? That you would think like, okay, tu universo se acabó, todo se acabó. And then, in that moment, me and Dave were like, if the only thing that we can do right now is write music, let's just write music. Y en eso, we were signed as writers with BMG Publishing. Y ellos they hit us up like, yo, this video game, FIFA, is like looking for songs. Do you guys want to write for them? And we're like, sure, we got time. Let's do it. And we started writing. We wrote like 6-7 songs for them.
Yeah,
we pitched, and they picked Booyah. And that, I remember it launched October 2020. And in that moment has been like the best years of our life.
Yeah.
Y todo empezó, y no hemos parado. Y empezó pompeado, and then like the moment of like disaster.
Un precipicio. I mean, it wasn't even like a lull.
No, literally. I was just like, así mismo, de que, bueno, let's go. I'm going to jump off the bridge right now. I don't know. And then it's like, this happened and it changed our life. And not only that, but we thought that the only thing that we could do is play live. But then we kind of like started encontrando todas estas partes de nosotros como artistas creativos que we hadn't even tapped in before. And I think that happened to all of us in the pandemic.
Sí.
We started like tapping into stuff that we didn't even know we had, We knew that we could write for other artists, but we never done it before. We started doing that. We started doing it for campaigns. We started doing like creative direction, a whole bunch of stuff that we never even considered because, no sé, estábamos como que tan metidos de que no, we were just artists and we played live.
Well, but you were focused.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You were focused on like, this is what we do. And I think that, to your point, that eso le pasó a tanta gente. It was like, okay, this is what I'm good at. This is what I'm known for. This is what I do. Oh, okay. Well, now guess what? I make the best zucchini bread in all of South Florida. You found out so much about yourselves during that time frame. Yeah. But I have to say, I know you guys found success, outside of just performing live. But if you guys have not seen them perform live, you are missing out on a hell of a show. Because I went to your I forget which, it was a launch party at Casa Tiki.
Yes. Our album release party.
The album release party at Casa Tiki. you guys are a vibe.
Oh,
thank you so much.
Thank
You
so
guys,
much.
trust me, if not, you wouldn't be here for the second time. Like that, I'm very picky. You can come on my show once. If it doesn't work out, then. But what was it like going back to performing live after, that wasn't the first time you guys performed since the pandemic, but it was probably like one of the bigger moments, que por lo menos para ustedes, right? Because it was a launch party.
It was really interesting because, like, for example, we had our markets kind of set up where, like, certain cities where we would play a lot. We would play a lot in LA, we would play a lot in New York City, and so we kind of would always go back to that. Like, okay, we're playing in Miami. We have a couple months that there's not anything on the calendar. Let's reach out to some people here and here, and we would always just kind of like stay playing in those different cities, and that was really cool. And the pandemic came. And we had like a huge tour set up. The whole thing got canceled. And so that was kind of rough.
I remember.
But in the process, one thing I think we really figured out was like when we did the FIFA thing, we wanted to see how we could make the most of that. And so we started doing a lot of stuff to like add on to the FIFA situation. And we ended up like performing they did like a world premiere. So that was like a streaming show, but it wasn't like we did a live show and we invited some people, but it wasn't like a crowd because it was
a typical pandemic shows. There were like 5 people and they're like
no, todo mundo 6 feet apart. So like you couldn't even be like huddled together to make it look like there was a crowd. Like
exactly. Yeah. But the cool thing was, because it was FIFA, we reached out to Inter Miami, which that was the first year they were actually in the league. And they were also in the FIFA game for the first time. Oh. So they actually gave us 2 other players for the music video. And then David Beckham himself, like, let us use the stadium for that streaming thing. So we got to play in the Inter Miami Stadium. We were like the first artists to ever perform there. We did a really cool performance. We recorded it with like a really awesome drone. It was really cool. And then that kind of like created something that was so crazy. We started getting just phone calls, We got a phone call direct from ESPN. Hey, we want you guys to do a commercial for us. And here's our offer. I looked at the number and I just
that's Disney money.
Yeah, it was you don't even need the counter offer money. Right. It was like, okay, let's go. I'll start right now. Right. That's kind of how it felt. And then the cool thing was we got a call from Germany, like random. And it was an agency in Germany that ended up being MasterCard's like music agency.
That's right. Yes.
And they said, listen, these people love you guys. What can we do? And how can we collab? It was kind of like really open, right? So we got to kind of like Gigi said, bring in our creative direction side and say, well, what would I do for a brand? And so we put together an idea. We put together a bunch of different songs, thinking that each song could be like targeted in a different way to a different market for a different thing. And we sent them all the songs thinking they were going to pick one. Claro. And they loved it so much, they picked everything. So it became like a 3-year project of being their ambassadors. We did everything from playing, and as this whole thing grew, right? Slowly the pandemic started opening up certain places, right? Not everything opened at the same time. Like New York this whole time is still closed.
But Florida's like do whatever you want.
Florida was do whatever you want, and so was Vegas. And so Vegas became the spot for the Latin Grammys. Yeah. So we went out there and we actually got to perform like official after party of the Grammys at Hakkasan in Vegas, which is one of the most badass clubs I've ever been to, honestly.
Yeah,
and that night, super packed. So I kind of got to feel like, oh shit, okay, we're playing again, And then MasterCard obviously sponsors these really big soccer tournaments, and so they used our songs together with the sponsors for the tournament. So we got to do something for Copa America, which was amazing. And then for Copa America Femenina, we actually went to Colombia and we played in Cali in the stadium, like for the inauguration. And then we played in the closing in Bucaramanga. So those were like, I guess we were playing, It wasn't like it was before, 3 times a month, whatever it was. It was very once every 2 months or whatever.
But the platform changed.
Yeah.
The platform was huge, right? Yeah. Because, yes, you were playing, like you said, 3 times a month in 3 cities at a club or what have you. But now here you are on this global platform.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? After the pandemic, you guys were just like, well, You know, I mean, she was ready to start making French fries. I mean, I don't know what you were ready to do, but she was already learning how to make the apple pies, the frost, the frosties. Yeah,
and real talk. Like those first couple months, we had no idea what was happening, right? And like the FIFA thing happened. Like we found out about it, but it didn't come out for like another 3 months. And then the first call we got from Germany was in that 3 months. So everything kind of tied together. Okay. And obviously that's how word spreads that fast in that industry. Oh, you guys are on the FIFA soundtrack. It's like, yeah, it hasn't even come out yet. How do you know? But they knew. And yeah, they know. And that was like something really cool. I remember, real talk, I was like, what am I going to do? I called a friend of mine who's an engineer, and boom, I'm working in construction, wearing a helmet on a huge, just completely, and I get this call from Germany.
I mean, I could see you rocking the helmet, the like very village people. I
had the mask because it was obviously sunny as hell every day. Just working with a mask and, working on a high rise or whatever. And then I remember I was doing like inspection stuff, and I go back to the car to answer this call from Germany. I'm like, what? Who's that? And
what is this area code?
Right.
Like, yeah.
You know what? I'm glad I answered, because now there's so many robocall things that I would have probably said, nah. But I picked up the phone.
They're out of hand. The robocalls.
Too much.
I would see. I might be getting offers from Germany, and I've never picked up.
Exactly. But that's the thing. You don't know now.
You don't really know.
Like, there's a tiny town in Puerto Rico, right? We grew up in Puerto Rico. It's called Jayuya. I've never been to Jayuya. And honestly, I don't think even growing up in PR, living there most of my life, I don't think I know. And do you know anyone from Jayuya?
No. O sea, se criaron en Puerto Rico. It's not even like se fueron aquí por 6 años.
No, nos criamos en Puerto Rico, pero esa ciudad, Jayuya es un pueblito en la montaña que yo sé que existe, pero yo nunca he ido. Y me llaman de Jayuya todos los días, los robo people, eso. And I'm like, guys, if you want me to pick up, this is like the worst city that comes out, because I don't know anyone in Jayuya. I'm like, this is totally scam.
Tell me it's from Frankfurt. I know someone there. Like, I'll pick up. Like, yeah, clearly.
Yeah, they got to pick their cities better for the robocalling, because obviously it's not. Jayuya isn't convincing me.
No, not at all.
To answer the phone.
I mean, what does that feel like though? Because again, this is a question I've thought about, especially in recent years, where we've seen so many Spanish language artists just blowing up, not just in Spanish language, radio or formats. It's global. It's international. And I mean, Germany, where you guys were, doing the partnership, and I know you guys are about to go to Japan. So like, how does that happen? Like, what do you, from your perspective as musicians who are experiencing it, what do you think it is that
we wanted it
caused
to
it?
We wanted it to happen. We were already, one, I think we were one of the many artists wanting to manifest that, because we're bilingual. And so when we make music, we've always used that. Sometimes we'll write a song and it's like, this sounds better in English, and we just wrote it in English, and people are like, but you're Latin. I'm like, yeah, but so like I speak English.
Yeah, what's your point? Yeah.
No, y la gente no sabe que si yo hablara francés, también hago canciones en francés,
si pudiera hablarlo.
en portugués,
pero cuánta gente cantan en idiomas que no conocen.
Por eso.
Porque de pronto they hit it big in the Philippines, and guess what? You're singing a single in Tagalog.
Exactly.
Like.
But it's just like, I feel that es que la música latina tiene demasiado de sabor, tiene demasiado de ritmo. And you go, that's that we travel so much, and every time we travel, we love listening to the music that's from there. Como que, oye, llévame al spot, I want to listen to live music, or ponme que what's hot around here, and I love listening to it. Pero es que los latinos tenemos un vibe que it's just something that it just cuts through everything. Tú sabes, tú me puedes poner cualquier música, pero música latina, you see everybody, you want to dance and you have a good time.
It's
and
definitely
it's
the
just
African
it's very
influence.
freeing, and I think that's what it is, that our music is freeing. Like, it doesn't put you in a box. Like, puedes bailar como te dé la gana, but it makes you feel happy, makes you feel like,
what a wonderful cross to bear, right?
Yeah, and that's
that you guys create music that just ultimately makes people want to just be and exist.
Yeah, or if like, tú me estás hablando con una persona que never moved a hip in their life. ¿Tú me entiendes? Y le ponen latina, es como que empiezan como que they trying, and I think that's awesome, because it's like they're breaking away from de pronto su cultura no se baila así, o no han visto cosas así.
O no se baila,
O no se baila. So I think, and that's the beauty of art in general. It's like you like breaking barriers, and like, and it's about, we always talk about this is about building bridges with people, It's not about like, desde que empezamos Domino Saints, siempre, la razón por la que nos llamamos Domino Saints y no los santos del dominó, es porque we always thought that we wanted to do un proyecto que llevara nuestra cultura al mundo. O sea, not just para los latinos. ¿Me entiendes? Nunca queríamos simplemente, porque somos puertorriqueños, hacer música para los puertorriqueños. Queríamos hacer música o traer nuestra cultura caribeña para el mundo. And that's why, desde el principio, siempre hemos sido bilingües en nuestra música y fusionar cosas del mundo con nuestra cultura latina y caribeña. Entonces, it's been really cool to see how ahora que el mundo está tan global, like, you see all these people that they like our music because they feel included in a way, ¿me entiendes? Porque... Tú sabes, no es lo mismo de escuchar una canción solamente en inglés, pero de pronto si tú le tiras un poquito de español aquí o viceversa, de que la canción en español y un poquito de inglés aquí allá, people feel like, oh, espérate, they're connected in a certain way.
They're not being excluded.
Exactly. And that's what we've always wanted to be, like our music to be, o sea, I know that everybody uses this word right now, inclusive, but it's what it is, you know? We wanted everybody to feel like they can find their place with our music.
We wanted to also kind of like export the best of our culture in a way that would like resonate with people and maybe whatever impression people have of Latin culture, we wanted them to take away something nice and beautiful. And for us, you know, there's that whole, tú eres latino, tienes que cantar en español. And I'm like, guys, you're saying that because maybe you don't feel comfortable singing in English. Let's just say how it is. If you could sing in English, this would not be an issue. But you have a horrible accent when you speak English. That's not my fault. You know, whatever. You could have watched more TV when you were a kid or whatever.
Igual, yo
don't be mad at me. Exacto, yo también tengo un acento en hablar. Y esto es algo, fíjate.
I don't hear acento in either of you when you speak English, by the way.
Pero vamos a sonar, no, I'm not.
But also,
I
I'm
don't
from
sound
Miami.
like from Texas.
I'm from Miami, so my Miami accent is probably like neutralizing your accent.
Exactly. We sound how do I don't know.
You sound like
how
everybody
Hispanic
here.
Sound,
So.
or how does a Puerto Rican sound speaking English correctly? You're still gonna have an accent, right? It doesn't mean you're not speaking English correctly. It's funny because Gigi's uncle, who's amazing, he's a doctor in Texas, and he got called to court, and he speaks really good English. He just has an accent, right? And I think one of the lawyers like tried to make a point about his English or something, and he said to him like very politely, but just like he was like, "You're from Texas. You have a Texas accent. You speak perfect English with a Texas accent. I'm speaking perfect English with a Puerto Rican accent." You know what I mean? But the point is, obviously, that's the thing. But one of the things that for us just made a big thing was thinking, wait, I'm still going to be Hispanic, whether I speak French, English, Russian, whatever. So why is that an issue about, you know, creating a bridge with people? Guys, I'm trying to reach the people that you're not going to reach because they don't speak Spanish. They're not going to hit play on a Spanish track because they don't understand it. And obviously, but they will for an artist that speaks a little bit or on one song or in this verse or in this piece of the chorus, whatever, you know? And that's how we've kind of always felt it. And it feels very cool to be able to make music that builds bridges.
Pero también, if you can, why limit yourself?
Sí.
Right.
We started this podcast 8 years ago with one goal: be our authentic selves and make sure our culture was always front and center. It's not always easy, but nobody ever said being bold was easy. And for over 100 years, no café has known that better than Café La Llave. It takes a certain level of bold to unapologetically keep your culture alive. Pero let me tell you, Café La Llave is doing just that. So when you're being true to who you are and hustling to achieve your dreams, of course you're enjoying Café La Llave Cafecito. After all, it's brewed bold for the bold.
Es que yo no creo, I hate limits.
Yeah.
Entonces lo que estábamos hablando ahorita de mi trigger phrase es no se puede.
Yep.
Oh my God. Tú me dices, no se puede. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Yep. Challenge accepted.
Y así ha sido nuestra carrera desde el principio. Han habido tantos no se puede.
Yeah.
Y eso es exactamente lo que hemos hecho. Lo que me han dicho que no se puede. Es como que no se puede hacer un dúo hombre y mujer. Challenge accepted. No se puede hablar en 2 idiomas. Vamos para adelante. No pueden haber mujeres en el urbano. Que vamos a darle más duro. Ok, ¿qué más? It's like, if you really want me to do something, dime que no se puede.
And I'm going to add to that. Not only are you guys going to do it, oh yeah, by the way, they're going to be successful at it. Like, so check. All right. Double check. But no, I mean, what I love about you guys, one of the many things I love about you guys is, you know, the last time that we met, o sea, you know, I think we were talking like, tú cantas jazz, right? Which I still have yet to hear you sing jazz. And one of these days,
I miss it.
I'm just gonna like contratarte just to sing jazz, like a personal concert for one if I have to. But you know, you guys had I think it was last year. It was like I don't know, now I don't remember if it was merengue or salsa, but merengue pa que lo baile, which is a merengue. I mean, it is a merengue song. There is no two ways about it. That is something you play at la recepción de la boda de Rosita y Pepe, and like that's, you know, but then you turn around and you've got, you know, a pop song or something more urban or something more electronic. Like, you guys refuse to let yourselves be put in a box, and I fucking adore you for it.
Thank you.
That means a lot to us.
Like,
you have no idea the amount of people that tell us, oye, ustedes tienen que ya como que escoger un
Pick a
género.
box.
Why?
Pick a box.
Porque people don't get you. It's like, la gente, and it's industry people, because I've never heard a fan tell me that.
Me neither.
You know? Es siempre industry people. No, porque es que la gente, they don't understand you. Y ellos tienen como que...
Define who la gente are, because you guys are being successful.
Oh, no, and I love
You're selling
that question.
shows. So who are these people that are not understanding?
No, es que tú, I love
people
it when
that
they do
set
it.
the bar a lot higher than what we even give a shit about. Like, we're not trying to be Bad Bunny, or we're not trying to be the super sexualized chick on, you know, it's like, we're trying to make good music, and that's it. Like we're putting our heart into that, and if you like it, thank you so much, and we're gonna have a lot more for you, and if you don't like it, it's cool. You don't have to like us.
But here's where I'm gonna counter what you just said. Like, oh, people are putting the bar. You know what? I don't think that you guys have put the bar low for yourselves.
No,
we don't.
You know what I mean? So I think that it just depends on whatever this concept of a high bar is not your concept of it. And because again, you guys are not resting on your laurels. I mean, you guys are out there getting shit done. You know what I mean? So I don't think anybody can come and be like, bueno, tú sabes, Domino Saints, like that low bar that they set for themselves. Like, no me joda. You know, like, so I'm gonna push back on your statement of like, we don't set a high bar, because I think you do.
Yeah. I feel like it's a thing about, you know, we all don't know the future, right? We don't know. Entonces, I feel like the industry wants to like settle por lo que ya está haciendo dinero ahora.
Oh yeah, because
so they just want to do like, they want to like eso. No, pero es que tú tienes que hacer algo así, porque si no, no te va a ir bien. Pero realmente es que that guy's just thinking about his pockets. Of course. You know, he's only thinking about like, que no, si tú haces algo muy risky, I'm not gonna make money. Or maybe I will, maybe I don't, and it's too risky. So it's always like this brainwashing thing that they como que tratan de jugar con las sensibilidades de los artistas and make you feel less, so they get you to do what they want to do. And honestly, I don't care. And y te voy a decir algo, maybe it's been an issue. They can tell me whatever, que yo soy complicada, y que whatever, they call me all these names. But es que you can never make me do something that I won't do. ¿Me entiendes? And if anybody knows me, is that. De que si yo hago algo porque quiero, no porque no quiero.
Yeah.
And the moments in our career that I've even maybe tried to go with the flow, I've been so miserable. And I understand why there's so many artists that they lose themselves. Porque es muy difícil tú como que tratar de seguir el flow de un día me dicen esto, el otro me dice otro, y tú estás así como que, and you don't satisfy anybody, and you're not satisfying yourself. So you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to do whatever I want to, and whatever makes me happy. Yeah, and I know there's 7 billion people on this planet. If, mira, 0.003% of the people listen to my music, I'm good, you know? So it's like, stop with this obsession that you got to be number one and worldwide. And if it happens, mira, gloria a Dios.
But how many of these artists don't do like what you're saying, that they go, they follow toe the line, and then they finally say, you know what, I'm going to make this album for me, right? The album doesn't do well, right? Commercially or whatever. And yet that's always the favorite album. That's always their favorite work, because finally they were able to write what they wanted, sing what they wanted, do the music that they wanted. So I know it's a tricky business. I'm not in it, but I know it's a tricky business because it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I always find it hilarious that they're like, I want the new big thing that's just like the same old thing,
100%.
right? Like,
Sí.
so then, wait, no, you don't want the new thing. You just want a younger thing. Like, it's
Yeah.
not the new thing. You want younger. It's
new
very
name.
different.
A new name.
It's very
Exacto.
different. It's
Yeah.
not the same thing.
It's like I tell people, you know, we're surrounded by all these awesome paintings and all this really cool style.
A lot nicer than the last time we interviewed, right? Where we were in Darian's law office. It's a lot nicer.
But I love the style, by the way. And obviously I can tell that the artist has developed his own style, right? But if he tomorrow wants to do something a little bit different, who am I to tell him not to? You know what I mean? Because it's his art. And or if, you know, if he's painting, he did that all with a white canvas and black ink. But if tomorrow he wants to use green, that's cool, right? And I think in music is the only art form where people really kind of want to control everything you do. And that's one of the reasons we ended up, I mean, we used to be in really big major labels, and then we tried to do like a smaller label where we were still signed to a smaller label, and now we're just fully independent.
Even no managers, no anything.
Yeah, no
Just
managers.
like
No
nothing.
managers. We have
Nothing.
agents, we have
It's
lawyers.
literally you guys.
Yeah,
Literally
it's
us.
us. And obviously we have lawyers.
No,
which are
but
very
it was so
important.
easy to get a hold of you guys to come on the show. Like, I didn't have to go through all 20 hoops of
and that's
someone.
another
Yeah.
thing, dude. It's like we've noticed that there's so many things that don't happen porque you have this middleman that's deciding whether you should do it or not. Y mira, hay veces es bueno, pero hay veces que no.
Sí, sí.
¿Me entiendes? Pero hay veces que this thing, like, how can somebody else decide what you consider is good for you or like what you want to do? ¿Me entiendes?
Yeah.
So there's always like this control and this obsession de que no, yo soy el que le digo al artista lo que hace, si no, no lo hace.
Yeah.
¿Cómo que?
It's like they treat
Oh
you
my
like a
God.
product, and
Or
they
you're like a
forget
little
that
kid. You're like,
you're
okay,
like the
daddy.
creative engine, but they want to be the ones who think they created a product, you know, and it doesn't work that way. It's a human being, and especially if, I mean, also I guess, hay cantante, intérprete, y hay compositores,
true.
y hay cantantes, compositores. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if we can write our own music, it's been really hard, by the way, for us. I don't think we've ever been able to release a song that someone else wrote for us. And we have recorded songs that other people have written for us. They just never come out because they just never felt as good.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's interesting because I know that a lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people, they don't write anything. And everyone else does everything for them. And, you know, but that was their experience. Like, oh, I can sing. Boom, I go to the studio. They got everything for me. Here's a song.
hey,
let's go.
Have at
That's
it.
awesome.
Right,
And you need
that's
those
awesome.
artists too, you
You
know?
need-
And I
you
think
do.
they're
Porque hay quien
amazing.
escribe y no puede cantar. So,
Claro.
like, so now it's a
Exacto.
perfect marriage, you know?
Exacto.
You know, and I think there's like, let's say, like the difference between the Beatles and Beyonce. You know, like it's like Beyonce is an amazing interpreter. O sea, la tipa canta y canta. Pero están los Beatles that they're no more about like
They wrote the song.
writer songs.
Yeah.
And you need both of them. So no, uno no es mejor que lo otro. And I think it's amazing. And I think that you need that in like that esa diferencia. Yo creo que nosotros, a pesar de que somos músicos, el hecho es que también somos creativos. Like you know, even from the very beginning, I knew how we wanted it to look like and to sound like visually.
You guys have a look. And I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like, but I know, no, I don't even mean that in a bad way, but like, he was asking me earlier, Junior was asking me earlier, he's like, oh, do they have like a color? Because, you know, sometimes like with the lighting and we change whatever, and I'm like, I don't know that they have a color per se, because it's like, whenever I see you guys, you know, promoting like a new album cover or whatever, I'm like, it's not the same cover, but it's a Domino Saints look. I don't know what that means, but when I see it, I'm like, that's them. I cannot explain it. Yes.
I'm
I
wearing
can't
the same
explain-
color. I'm wearing the same color as the album cover.
Yeah,
Aura.
baby.
But
I
that
don't
wasn't
know.
on purpose.
Well, I love that you skinned a Muppet to come. I know that things are bad at PBS right now, so I don't know what that Muppet had to do to, you know.
Exactly.
Yo, we
you know.
love fluffy stuff.
Yeah.
We do. We have
Yeah, we
three
do.
bunnies, by the way.
You have 3 bunnies?
Three
Yeah.
bunnies. We went from Great Danes to bunnies.
I'm sorry, we're going to talk about this now because that is not a natural progression of anything.
Yeah.
How do you still have the Great Danes or no?
No, he
they
passed
passed
away.
away.
Oh, so you passed away and then you
Es que no dura
decided.
mucho, yeah.
So you decided 3 rabbits equals the same dolor de cabeza as a giant dog.
I don't
The
know.
giant dog is a lot more, actually. I mean,
Okay.
well, we started with one bunny. We went to California, and a friend of ours had like a farm in his house. He had so many animals, it was insane. But he also had this really cool bunny. It's a breed called Lionhead,
Oh.
and they're called Lionheads because they literally have like this, head of
pelo.
hair around their neck. and they have haircuts and stuff. Like I'd never seen a bunny with a hairdo.
Sí.
Like the bunny has like he looks like he sings in an emo band. You know?
Maybe he does.
Yeah. Or
Did you
Joan
ask?
Jett looking bunny. And we got this bunny and it was so cool, super nice. Obviously you don't have to walk it.
This is true.
You don't have to pick up these
ruido.
huge piles of
That's
feces,
true.
which I
you
hated.
just have to keep them clean.
Yeah.
Pero like
yeah.
any animal, you
No,
know,
sí,
it's
pero
like-
bueno, but yeah.
They have
Pero they
litter
actually
boxes.
don't-
You got to
don't.
change the litter box a
Oh,
lot.
okay.
Sí.
It's kind of like a cat, but instead of litter, it's like little paper.
Okay. Oh,
But
like
it's
little-
No,
cool.
it's cute. It's all cute. De
And I
verdad, es
have
como
and I
que-
have 3.
Yes,
Three.
I know. We
Now I
have-
know rabbits multiply. Is that
No,
is
they're
that what
all-
happened here? Or they're
You know,
oh,
they're
okay. Wait, you can snip a rabbit?
Yeah, of course you
They
have to.
got
I
it.
am learning
Actually, if you
so much
don't,
today.
if you're not like breeding, like you're not allowing the rabbits to breed, they're gonna get cancer. Yeah.
Yeah. So you gotta like.
So you gotta either.
There's a joke in there that I'm not gonna make. I'm not like
No, y es una cosa, te voy a decir, like an unsnipped male bunny.
is a machine.
He
bro.
is a freaking like
he's like-
crazy dude, like
on
hornbag.
Viagra.
No, pero te digo, yo nunca he visto algo así.
No,
de
eso es
verdad.
una cosa.
Es una cosa de que te digo de que I'm like, bro, you
Like,
need
Es
to
que,
chill the fuck
¿verdad?
out.
Creo que está en número 2. I think we have to look this up or something, but I think we read somewhere it was like for all the mammals, they're like male bunny is like number 2 on amount of testosterone per weight. They are like a rabid attack dog, bro. It's insane.
wow. So it's like rabbits, then MMA fighters.
Ya, por ahí,
Okay,
te lo juro.
okay.
And
Yeah.
no, and then you know, bull shark.
Okay.
You know, they're on that level. It's kind of nuts.
Pero sí, we have bunnies because we live in this anime dream world. 'Cause that's how I feel like that's how what we are. It's like I feel like my life I want it to be like an anime character.
Pikachu.
You
Well,
know?
I will say because there's no way to transition from rabbits to your new single. So, and because I've heard the song several times, and I there's no way to. I'm literally jumping like a rabbit from one to the other. But so I know you have Aura, which is out now, and you said anime, and I didn't think about it, but it's like, yeah, it's got like I mean, all your songs are fun. But it's got like a cool, just like vibe to it again, you know, and so it just came out, right? Like,
Yeah,
like,
it just
like
came out
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. I'm really excited about this song. First of all, because I wrote it, it's an all-girl production and songwriting. So it was
Okay.
like I wrote it and I produced it. So it's all girls. Even David's parts were written by girls.
Nice.
So-
I think I got like 2 words in there or something, but they had it all down.
They were meaningful words, though.
Yeah.
I heard them. I heard them.
Yeah, y la razón es porque queríamos hacer una canción que no fuera más de lo mismo. Yo creo que todo el mundo habla de amor, todo el mundo habla de sexualidad, and it's important. But I feel like life is a soundtrack, right? And you need music for everything. Y ahora con todo lo que está pasando en el mundo, la economía, la incertidumbre, I felt like, me personally, I wanted a song that I could sing to myself when I'm not feeling that all good, you know?
Like a lullaby,
Yeah, like that
almost.
song that makes me, you know what? Things are gonna be okay, you know? Don't worry, you know? Like that kind of song that we all need sometimes. So de ahí es que vino este tema de aura, you know? De como que seguir el aura and don't be afraid of what's gonna happen tomorrow. Just keep chasing your dreams, you know? Y fue súper cool porque tuvimos la oportunidad de hacerlo en este lugar, el video. Se llama Mont Saint-Michel en Francia.
Ooh, I haven't seen the video. Is
Oh,
it out
it's-
yet?
Wow.
Yeah,
Sorry?
it's
Okay,
out.
okay.
It's-
Honestly, one of
you
my
have to see
favorite
it.
videos we've ever done.
Yeah. And we actually shot it ourselves.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course you did, because you guys can do everything. That's why. Of course you did.
But funny thing is that we didn't shoot it because we wanted to. It's out of necessity. It's like, you know how it is, like de pronto el bulle no dio para traer a más nadie, but we wanted to do it in France because I saw this place and I'm like, we have to go there. We have to shoot it there. Y el boy no dio, para que diera más nadie. And I remember for a moment, we're like, David estaba como asustado, pero ¿tú crees que esto va a quedar bien? No sé, lo vamos a hacer nosotros mismos, qué sé yo. I nerded out. I started tutorials in YouTube, whatever. I really like nerded out. And we're like, mira, David, let's just do it. You know, ¿qué es lo peor que puede pasar? Pues que no quede tan bien, está bien. You know,
Pero quedó brutal. We
cosas
definitely did
peores
not
he visto.
edit. I'm sorry, I'm not planning on learning on editing or anything. Right
No.
now, honestly.
No.
But,
O sea,
well, I have someone who can help you. He's right there.
Mad
Like,
respect.
Junior.
Mad respect
No,
to
it's a
Junior
mad respect.
and to all the people that edit because that's like
Hay
you
una
know,
paciencia
time
que hay que
consuming.
tener.
He's very affordable by the hour. If you
Bueno. Good to know.
Yeah.
Te
Para la
pido
próxima,
teléfono.
para la
Para la
próxima,
próxima,
para la
buenísimo. Sí, pero de verdad que fue, and you know what, it's been kind of crazy how we've seen the comments on people. They're like, Dios mío, ustedes estaban ahí rodeados, me imagino que tenían como un equipo como de 10 personas ahí. And I just laugh because it's like, no. And that they love the video and because we wanted the video to reflect the song that has like an ethereal thing about it. Como que fuimos a un lugar muy cool, ethereal.
I don't even know how you found
diferente.
that place, by the way.
I don't know.
She's Gigi.
I
how.
am a research freak. Ahora mismo que vamos a ir a Japón, tú no te imaginas la cantidad de research que yo hago. Desde el currency, es que no todo. Yo tengo que saber todo. Hasta más o menos cómo es que se paga, the culture, the music, los mejores hoteles, los mejores restaurantes, just everything. Like the best spots to go visit, just everything. I need to know, cuando yo llegue, oh, I've seen this, es por aquí, por allá. David sabe, when I go to a place, I already know where I'm going because I go on the map and I start doing like this. And I'm like, okay, this is where we're going to eat. Like,
You didn't go with the flow.
Yeah, but
But she's the flow. So
I don't
you
even
go
know how
with the
she
flow.
has time to figure all this stuff out. I mean, the only thing that I think I can do where she would say the same thing to me is when it comes to like soccer stats or something. She's like, when do you have time to know all this stuff? And I don't even know when I know, but I'd say the same thing to her.
make time.
How did you have time to think of all this stuff? And yeah, honestly though, I gotta say it's been amazing to go with the flow, especially for this video. One, I'd never been to Paris. I'd been to southern France, but never been there. And we had no idea what it was gonna end up like. Obviously, we had some ideas, but you know, things happen for a reason. Papá Dios estuvo preparado para ayudarnos con eso in every sense. The weather, apparently, only time I've been to France. Apparently, like Paris is gloomy, kind of like
I've heard
London.
that. I've never been.
I didn't experience that because when we went,
eso estaba
it
como-
was gorgeous, like sunny, perfect. And then we went to Mont Saint Michel, which was like a 4-hour drive. And on the way there, you can see the countryside and sunny and flowers everywhere. And it was like, how did we pick such a perfect time? And then people would tell us, oh, where are you from? Yeah, Puerto Rico. And you live in Miami. Oh, you guys brought the sunlight. Thank you. It's always so gloomy here. And they would like, multiple people would say that, right? But I think that must have helped the mood too, because everyone there was so nice.
Super
Obviously,
nice.
we learned about, you know, we had always heard that, you know, French people are complicated or whatever. And no, honestly, super nice. I will say this, though. We're very, I guess, good-mannered when it comes to how we say hi to people. Somos latinos, estamos acostumbrados a saludar a la
Ese calor
gente.
también, sí.
Buenos días, ¿cómo
Hola.
está? Buenas tardes. In France, they are like the OGs of that. So obviously everyone is going to say French people are rude if you go over there and you don't even say bonjour monsieur.
Sí, no,
You know,
yeah.
if you say that
no.
and then after that, they're going to be nice. But if you come in, yo, give me a coffee, they're going to be like,
Yeah.
"¿Qué pasa este?" You know? And that I think I didn't experience any rudeness because we were just nice to
That
people.
goes a long way. O sea, si tú llegas y quieres imponer tu forma de ser on another culture, like, I mean, think about us, right? Like, if somebody shows up here in Miami and is just like, they think that they're going to run the show, I'm like, oh, you're cute.
That happened in the pandemic too. A lot of people came from New York City wanting to change the vibe on South
Yeah.
Beach, and I was
And
like,
they're-
no.
And they are
vamos.
trying. Let me tell you something. They are, and it's funny
They can
because
keep trying.
but the
That's
thing
all
is,
they want.
These are people who are coming from New York, and it's like you would never go to New York and try to tell a New Yorker, yeah, we're gonna do things differently now,
Claro.
like a Miami way.
Yeah.
It's like no, they would put you on the third rail of
Yeah.
the subway, and you know, like no.
What happened? I get a knock on my door on a Saturday at 3 p.m. and we live in South Beach, and we make music. We're loud,
Right.
you know, and everyone in my building knows it, and no one has ever complained.
But everybody's loud in South Beach. No,
Yeah,
no
everybody's
solamente
loud in
nada más.
South
Everybody.
Beach.
South Beach.
But no one in our building has complained. I get a knock on the door from a person, not even the building in front of us, but the building diagonal to us. And he wanted me to like turn down the volume because he couldn't read his book or some crap. Anyway, he said this to me, and I straight up like I opened the door. I'm like, "You're from New York, right?" And he was like, like his eyes got big. Like, what's he gonna say now? Because the first thing he came at me was with that, and I'm like, listen, brother, if you wanted to retire or something, you moved to the wrong part of Florida, my bro. This is South Beach. Everybody here is wild, and I'm sorry, but no, I'm not turning it down. And 2, don't come in my building again without asking permission. Like that. And he was like, yo, but calm down. I'm like, no, I don't need to calm down. He's like, well, can't you use headphones? I'm like, I make a living doing this, brother. No, I'm not going to use headphones.
Can't you use headphones?
And I was like, dude, you want to go read your book? Go to the beach and read your book or something. Like, and it's 3:00 on a Saturday. It's not midnight or something.
Sí, que todavía fue a las 3 de la mañana. Un martes.
Ahí ya, yo entiendo, ok. Pero a las 3 de la tarde, bro. Estás loco. And so I'm sorry. Miami's staying Miami, brother. No inventen.
From your lips, brother.
Yeah,
from your lips.
así. A todo el mundo. No inventen.
From your
You want
lips.
New York? Go back to New York. You want Miami? Welcome. Sí, claro.
Yeah. Well, I can't think of a better place to end than that because like, to me that's definitely like because that's like our motto too, where we're just like, you know what, we don't want to lose what is Miami. And you guys again like I'm not saying this to blow smoke up your ass and because you're here, but it's like genuinely you guys are always such a good vibe. Like on socials, your music. Like, 'cause when you said like, you know, ahora to like, you know, self-soothe, I'm like, I've literally the last couple weeks I've been hearing your song when I'm in the steam room in the gym. Like when I'm going in there to just like decompress after everything. So I'm like, yeah, I didn't think about it until right now, but yes,
By
that
the
makes
way,
all
you
the
mentioned
sense.
the smoke up your ass thing. Did you ever know where that actually came from?
Nope, but now I'm gonna.
Bro, it's awesome. That's awesome. So apparently, like in the 1800s.
Did you know that David is the guy of the fun facts
I am
that
the fun
nobody
fact
wants
person.
to know about?
No, but this is such a
David's
good
like,
one.
Oh, I want to know this one, and I look, and Junior's about ready to get out of his chair. He wants to know this one too.
So
like,
for
yeah.
real, there was a guy in the 1800s in the United States that it was like a traveling salesman type thing.
Okay.
And the guy was like a con. He was a con artist. And he was traveling around selling this device, which was like a pump, right?
Okay, like for the fireplaces.
Yeah, for fireplaces with like a hose on it, right? And he would sell it as if someone drowned, you would be able to revive them if you plugged the hose up their ass and blew smoke into it. And obviously, people eventually realized that wasn't working, that was all false. And so that's where we get, dude, don't blow smoke up my ass. It's not going to work.
And then he removed the smoke, added water, and now we have the douche. And so you know
But
what?
you can Google it and it'll come out like the actual device is there. He was
This is the
trying
birth
to
of
sell.
enemas, like just the same thing. Okay, I'm gonna say something right now. It cannot be 5 years.
Por favor.
The next time you guys come on, like it cannot be another 5 years because
No,
I
no,
genuinely just like hanging out with you guys.
Yeah,
like so,
likewise,
and the cameras don't even have to be around. Like honestly, if you guys are ever just bored one day and you're like, let's go get pastelitos, like screw it, like let's
Whenever
hang.
you're in South Beach,
Croqueta.
por favor, hit us
Croqueta.
up. We're always
Well, whenever
down.
you're in the Gables, which
Yes.
probably never,
Yes.
but.
We do go to the Gable sometimes.
Maybe once a year.
Yeah,
No,
that's true.
Okay,
I don't
well,
even know
listen,
what was
that's
on-
more than every 5 years. Like, which is what we're averaging now.
Where's
you
a
know?
good croqueta place?
Isn't that the ultimate Miami like question?
Yes, and I thought so
Yes.
too. And I love
I don't know. I'm
croquetas.
still looking for like the best.
Okay, so
Well,
here's
we
the
went
thing.
to we went to Spain and we realized, yo,
Wow.
So
we
here's the
got
thing.
nothing on them. They
US
are
oh well,
above,
but they originated it. So
bro,
obvio,
but
obvio.
it's just crazy, man.
Everybody in Miami will tell you, and they're the gold standard. Islas Canarias.
Islas
¿Dónde
Canarias.
es eso?
Well, it's still a Spanish place, huh?
Pero ¿dónde es?
Okay, you get on Kendall Drive y tú sigues. Y cuando estás llegando casi al final del mundo, it's there. They've been there forever. So like
Oh my
they've been
God.
Islas
Por eso no he
Canarias.
ido.
¿Eh?
Lejísimo, entonces.
It's the
Casi
gold
Homestead,
standard.
Casi Homestead.
No,
yeah.
chico, no Homestead. It's south.
137th Avenue
There we
or
go.
Coral
Oh,
I have
Coral
no
Way. I
idea
said
what that
Kendall.
means.
I was gonna send you on the wrong street to begin with.
Yo te voy a decir algo. Miami addresses, I can't.
They don't make sense. No, they don't make sense. Don't worry about it.
Tú me
It's not
dijiste
you.
eso, yo no tengo ni idea dónde es. I've been living here 12 years now. Y cada vez me dice que si la 137 con no sé qué. Pero es que hay una 137 en todos lados. ¿Dónde es? I don't know. Like,
It has happened.
a lot of times, even like doing interviews, nos mandan, ponemos la misma dirección.
Yeah.
Y sale para otro lado.
Y nos manda para, no sé, a Hialeah y era en Doral.
You know,
my God.
okay, you know why? Because aquí hay 137 Court Place Avenue, Terrace, and they're all a street, and they're all right next to each other.
And then you add the northeast, the northwest,
and the northeast, the northwest,
southeast,
or east-west because it's not in the north. No, es un bayou.
¿Tú sabes lo que sí falta de Puerto Rico, por ejemplo? The geography, because it's not flat, right? Like here, it's easy to figure stuff out when it's by the water because you kind of have
but you gone too
landmark.
far.
But once you get away from the water in Miami, all of a sudden, I don't know if this is Hialeah or Doral or where the hell I am.
Well, you'll know you're in Hialeah.
In Puerto Rico, there's a mountain, and you're like, you gotta cross this mountain.
Porque empiezo a ver, tú sabes, todos los altares de los santos al frente de la casa. I'm like, okay, I think we're in Hialeah.
So you know when you're in Hialeah. So we can eliminate that from the confusion.
I love Hialeah.
You know when you're in Hialeah. Listen, we love Hialeah. That's where the first office was in Hialeah where we recorded.
Oye, cuando yo fui y vimos ño que barato, and then ño que caché, I was like, those are the two most creative names I've ever heard in my life.
Y nunca, no hemos entrado todavía.
No,
siempre he querido, nunca he entrado.
Have you been in?
I think one day I'm just gonna take you guys. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do an untapped Miami tour. Where I'm just gonna take you guys in a car. I'm gonna take you to Hialeah, Ño que Barato. We're gonna go to Isla Canaria.
Wow.
We're gonna do a croqueta tour just to try all the croquetas all over town.
Yo soy una catadora de croqueta. And David knows when I went to Spain.
Oh, but Spain is.
I literally tried every single croqueta de Madrid hasta Islas Canarias.
Have you been to Chichón?
No, pero he visto el nombre, pero no he ido a Chichón.
It's a Spanish restaurant, and the croquetas are really good.
Okay.
So,
They have
and I say that because I used to work with españoles, y los españoles le gustaban ir ahí. So, si los españoles...
Las croquetas. Bueno, they got the cheese, so whatever they make, the bechamel sauce, it's crazy. But bechamel, sorry. But the ham, bro. I mean... The ham in Spain, they take a mountain, they fence it off. And then the entire mountain it's been generations. Right. The entire mountain is planted with acorn trees. And so these pork live completely free in the mountain. No cages, nothing. So every time they gotta go get one, they gotta go hunt him in the mountain. But all they eat is acorns. And so you get this insane quality ham of a pork that runs around, so the fat's really lean. Like we have a friend, Pinto, who did Pa Que Lo Baile with us. He used to be the goalkeeper of Barcelona. He's a really famous soccer player. And he was a producer, while he was playing soccer. And then as soon as he retired, he went full on into music. And so we did this song together. And while you're over there, I'm a soccer fan and I'm a Real Madrid fan, but I really respect everybody who plays at that level. And I respect all the Barcelona fans as well. But I was asking him so many things, like, because here I am, trying to stay in shape, watching my diet. The doctor's telling me, dude, you got high cholesterol. You got to, cut out the steak or whatever.
Don't worry about it. We all have high cholesterol.
They told me to cut out steak and ham. And I'm like, bro.
Why didn't they just tell you to jump off a cliff?
Exactly. Anyway,
quicker.
I told the guy, I was like, this is not going to work for me, but I'm going to do my best. But when I go to Spain, I see this dude, and he's still an athlete. He's doing he's got a workout program called P13, which is awesome. Él está ripiado, bro, de película. And I'm like, dude, what do you eat? Right. And then we started eating a lot of he lives in Cádiz. Okay. Which is on the water. They got the best tuna in the world there. No joke. The Japanese go to that area to fish the tuna. Yeah. That's how good it is. But they eat everything really clean. And I asked him about the ham, and I was like, bro, they told me I can't eat ham and that it's too fattening. And he was telling me, listen, you just got to get the right ham. And he said in Barcelona, which they would give me a meal plan, which was like the meal plan, right? They never took out the ham. And I'm like, okay, well then I'm telling the doctor I'm not taking out the ham, man. I don't care. If he's doing it, look at him. I'm sticking with the ham, man.
No, pero es que, jamón serrano es jamón serrano. No, me entiendes. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're gonna end on that note because now we're gonna go get jamón serrano. Like we're just gonna go.
I am so hungry right now. Hablando de las croquetas.
No, de la croqueta, el jamón, y todo. We're gonna. This is turning into just hambre fest over here.
Por favor, and I'm yo soy una tragona forward. I love eating, bro. Like it's crazy.
Listen, that makes two of us. But wait, thank you guys again for stopping by.
You guys are awesome.
It cannot be another 5 years before you come back again.
Please, and maybe we should do our little tour thing. Maybe we take the podcast on the road.
Listen, don't tempt me with a good time.
Oh.